Hey, do you know about the rumor that's been spreading around town recently?
Huh? What's with the sudden question?
I just wanted to talk to someone about it. I had to share it because it freaked me out when I heard it.
Oh, what's the rumor? Is it something scary?
It doesn't really have anything to do with you. I mean, even if it's true, it's not like it'll affect your wedding, right?
What? What's that supposed to mean? My wedding is coming up, you know?
Well, whatever. It's not like you're getting married right now, right? And even if it's some kind of curse or something, your wedding will probably balance it out. It's like a zero-something.
You're talking nonsense. Just get to the point already. What's this rumor you're talking about?
Okay, listen to this. Apparently, at night, late into the night, something strange happens around here.
What? What happens? You're scaring me already.
It's the car burglaries that have been happening. They say it's been going on recently.
Car burglaries? Seriously?
I know, right? I was thinking it was some kind of ghost story at first. But here's the thing. The way these burglaries are happening, it's almost like the work of a ghost.
What do you mean a ghost?
Apparently, there have been several incidents already. The problem is, there's no evidence left behind, and the police haven't been able to identify the culprit. Some people are even wondering if it could be a ghost doing it.
A ghost stealing stuff from cars? That's kind of pathetic, don't you think? What, are the spirits in this town that broke?
I know, right? But still, it's weird how there's no trace of the criminal. It's as if someone is going around without leaving any clue. Some are even starting to believe it's a ghost for real.
Well, you know, I think the whole thing is kind of silly. Who would believe a ghost would do something like that? Still, it's creepy, I guess.
You should be careful, too. Didn't Gavin just buy a new car?
Yeah, he did. He told me his security system is top-notch, though, so I wasn't too worried. But then again, if it's a ghost, it doesn't matter how good your security is, right?
I guess you're right. There's really no way to protect against something like that, huh? Anyway, I bet this whole ghost story will be a nice distraction for you before your wedding, huh?
What? What kind of distraction are you talking about? What does that even mean?
Well, at least I'll get you thinking about something else besides the stress at the wedding. That's gotta be good, right?
Ugh, seriously, I can't tell if you're joking or if you're for real right now.
Come on, you know I'm just messing with you. But hey, make sure to enjoy the wedding. I'm coming, of course.
Of course you're coming. And don't forget, I'm going to make sure to eat and drink my fill. I need to get my money's worth from that gift money.
Good luck with that. Getting your money's worth is going to be harder than you think. But hey, have fun.
Who just came up behind me and pushed me to the ground? It was some girl, but she ran off before I could get a good look.
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you. I should have contacted you earlier, but sorry, today's wedding is canceled.
Wait, what? What do you mean it's canceled?
I know this sounds crazy, but I actually got back together with my ex, so I'm marrying her instead. Sorry, really. And my ex was the one who pushed you down earlier. She told me she wanted to make sure you knew to never touch me again.
What? Are you serious? Are you messing with me? And how did your ex come into this place unnoticed?
Nope, no prank here. I mean, I'm excited about it, actually. Getting back with my ex feels pretty great. And she was able to waltz right in when I dropped her off there.
That's really creepy.
Nah, trust me, it's no joke. If I wasn't serious, I wouldn't be telling you this now. I wouldn't have waited this long to let you know, right?
What do you mean you're serious? Are you really canceling the wedding?
You don't have to believe me, but you won't see me at the wedding today. Seriously, just accept it and move on. You should focus on the ceremony.
Focus on the ceremony? Everyone's already here. The guests are all gathered. We can't just cancel everything now.
Well, what about a bingo game or something? You rented out a huge venue, right? Might as well use it for something fun, huh?
Are you kidding me? We're talking about a wedding, not some random party. People would riot if we turned this into a bingo game.
Well, that works out too, doesn't it?
What the heck are you talking about? Is this a joke? Are you seriously telling me you're canceling the wedding for real?
I am, and it's not a joke. If I wasn't serious, I wouldn't have skipped out on this evening. It's way past the time I should have been there.
What is going on with you? What were you even thinking?
You know, love makes people crazy. I feel bad for you, but hey, you gotta accept this as a sacrifice for love, right?
Do you seriously think that's an excuse? Can you at least look sorry about this? You're acting like this is all some big joke.
Nah, I don't need to look sorry. If I acted all serious about it, it'd probably just make you more pissed off.
Honestly, I'm more pissed off at you than anything. At least apologize for real, you jerk!
Hey, watch your language. You've got a mouth on you. I get why you're angry, but try to calm down, all right? If you keep acting like this, you won't find any other guy willing to marry you.
You're the worst. Seriously, you're such a jerk.
I get it, but you really should learn to calm down. You don't want to scare off any future suitors, do you?
Seriously? That's insane. Can something like that really happen? I've seen videos like that on YouTube sometimes, but it always seemed like something unreal. But to hear it from you is just unbelievable.
I'm shocked too. I never imagined Gavin would. I always thought he was the most sincere person, exactly like his name suggested. I never expected this from him, honestly. All this time, I believed in him completely, but now it feels like everything I thought I knew has turned upside down.
So you're saying your judgment of men was completely wrong?
It seems like he was nothing like the person I thought he was. Just a carefree guy with no sincerity at all, huh? The way he treated things. He didn't seem to have any depth, no sense of responsibility. I'm starting to wonder how I could have missed it. Maybe I was blinded by what I wanted to see, rather than what was really in front of me.
But who's this ex-girlfriend? I'm curious now. What kind of person is she? From what you've said, she must be something else for him to act this way. Did she have any kind of hold on him? Or is she just some random person who's playing him? You must know something about her. You've seen something, right?
Well, I don't really know her either. To be honest, I don't even know much about her. But there was this one time I walked into the room and saw him texting her. It was clear that something was going on. At the time, he tried to brush it off, saying she was just someone from a business meeting. But I'm not so sure about that. His reaction seemed way too suspicious. I had a bad feeling about it right from the start.
What was her name? Can you remember her name? I need to know. Every little detail might help me figure out what's really going on here. What was it that he said? Maybe that'll lead us to some answers. If we know her name, we can start understanding everything that's happened.
Her name was Gigi. Yeah, it was Gigi. Now that I think about it, that name just doesn't sound right for a business partner. Why would someone from a business relationship use their first name with him? It doesn't make sense at all, does it? Why would anyone register a business contact with the first name unless they were closer than just business partners? That's when it all started to make sense to me. This wasn't some work-related thing. It was definitely something else, something far more personal.
So it sounds like he was definitely cheating on you. I'm sorry to say, but that possibility is looking more and more like the truth. I don't want to make any assumptions, but the signs are pointing in that direction. It's hard to ignore what's right in front of us. At this point, we can't ignore the facts anymore. He wasn't just busy with work like he claimed. He was lying to you, and now it's all coming to light. So what's going to happen with the wedding now? Is there any chance you'll still go through with it? I know you probably want to just forget about the whole thing, but it seems like you have to deal with it somehow. This is a huge mess now, and it's not something you can just walk away from. You have to take some kind of action. So what do you think you'll do about it? What's your next step?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm just as confused as you are. Part of me wants to just leave and never look back, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who came for this ceremony. I don't want to ruin everything for them, especially after everything we've put together. I think I'll tell the guests the truth, let them know what's really going on. I'll return the gifts they gave, and I'll have him pay for the wedding expenses. I'm not going to take responsibility for that. If he wanted this wedding, he'll have to deal with the cost himself.
That sounds like the right thing to do. At least this way, you're doing what's right by everyone. It's not fair to make you shoulder all the responsibility for his mistakes. You didn't ask for this, and you shouldn't have to deal with it alone. If he's the one who messed up, then it's only fair he pays for the mess he's made. I'll help you with that. You're not alone in this. We'll get through it together.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I would have done without your support right now. It means a lot.
Smoothly? Was everything all right, or did anything else go wrong? How'd the bingo game go? Was it as exciting as they say?
There was no bingo game. Can you believe that? There was no fun and games or anything like that. I ended up having to deal with all the serious stuff instead. I gave the gift money back to the guests and made sure their travel expenses were covered too. But guess what? You're going to have to pay for all of that. It's only fair.
Oh, sure. Just tell my parents about it. They're responsible. They'll take care of things for me. They'll handle it. They'll probably pay it on my behalf. No problem.
They already paid for it. But don't forget, the responsibility still falls on you. You can't just get away without paying. You're not going to escape that.
So that's why my dad's been calling me so many times. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not gonna pay for it. My family has enough money. It's just a small sum to us. No big deal. It's nothing.
That's not the point. The point is that you should take responsibility for your actions. You can't just brush it off like this. It's your mess to clean up, not anyone else's. You can't keep hiding from your own mistakes.
When it comes to love, nothing makes sense anymore. It changes everything. Honestly, I've never cared about logic when it comes to love. You can say all the right things, but it doesn't make a difference to me. I know what I want, and that's what matters.
What are you even trying to say? You're just full of excuses, aren't you? You're selfish and refuse to face the truth. You're just pretending to be someone you're not.
If it's for love, then being selfish makes sense. You wouldn't understand unless you've been in my shoes. Have you never loved someone so much that you just couldn't see anything else? That's what love does to you. It makes you blind, but I'm not sorry about that.
Shut up, you idiot! You really don't get it, do you? You just keep digging yourself deeper into this hole. But fine, I'm done here. You want to keep living in your fantasy world? That's your problem. By the way, what's your ex-girlfriend like? I'm curious about her now. What kind of person is she? You must know something about her, right?
Gigi? She's the most beautiful, noble woman I've ever met. Honestly, she's out of this world.
Ah, so it's really her. I thought so. I saw you talking to her recently. You don't hide things like that very well.
Well, what's the point in hiding it now? I've made my choice. You should hurry up and find someone else. You're gonna be alone forever if you keep holding on to this.
Just so you know, there's no place for you here anymore. You've lost everyone's trust. No one is going to welcome you back now. There's nothing left for you here.
I'm not coming back. Don't worry, I'm not interested. But thank you for the advice.
Well, I guess I wish you all the best.
Thanks. Honestly, I'm happier than I've ever been. We're so happy that we're both crying right now.
Bella, big scoop, big scoop! This is huge! This is seriously bad!
Huh? What? What happened?
Listen carefully. I'm tailing that guy right now.
Huh? Who's this guy?
That scumbag, of course, Gavin!
What? What's going on?
So I was out for work, right? I happened to see him walking with a woman. He was in pajamas, and it seemed like he lived around here, so I figured no choice but to tail him.
Yeah, well, that's definitely worth tailing. So what's this big scoop?
Well, up until now, I've just spotted him, but I'm going to find the scoop soon. I'm in a car, and I'm ready for an overnight stakeout.
You don't have to go that far. I'd say that, but please do it. I'm seriously dying to know.
Honesty is the best policy. Leave it.
Did you find something?
That woman. She just came out of Gavin's house.
At this hour? Why?
I parked a little further away from the apartment in a discreet spot, and I've been watching from the back seat. Now she's trying to open this car.
Huh? What do you mean?
So, this Gigi woman is trying to open the car I'm in. She doesn't realize I'm in the back seat.
What's going on? Wait, what's the situation?
I've already called the police. This woman is seriously scary.
Could she be the rumored car thief around town?
That's what I'm thinking. The police showed up, and she ran off. I'm glad. That was really scary.
Yeah, I can imagine that was scary. Good job. At least we can be sure she's definitely a car thief.
She knew what she was doing for sure. She almost got the car open. I almost thought about shouting, but if she realized I was inside, I had no idea what she would do, so I didn't.
But she ran off, right? I'm glad.
I'm going to tell the police what happened.
Yeah. Back here.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I already know everything. Avery got arrested, right? And you ended up taking on her debt, didn't you?
How do you know about that?
We have some sources of information here. I just wanted to emphasize that there's no place for you here anymore.
No! I was tricked! Gigi made me sign some strange papers, and before I knew it, I was a guarantor! Now that Gigi's been arrested and can't pay back the debt, it's coming for me!
You're telling me this, but it's your own fault for not reading the documents carefully. Acting like the victim now doesn't make sense.
But I was crazy in love! I would have done anything for Avery!
So what? Do you think I'll say, well, that's just how it is? Do you think I should feel sorry for you?
No, it's not that! But you can't just leave me like this. You can at least help me a little.
Don't be ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to help you. You've had everything handed to you, and now you expect me to help? That's insane.
But I never expected Gigi to be involved in fraud like that. Apparently she was involved in a bunch of illegal activities. Do you know how it feels to love someone only to find out they were a thief?
Do you know how it feels to have the man you loved run away with his ex just before your wedding?
Yeah, I get that, but it couldn't be helped. I was desperate back then.
Even now, after everything that's happened, you're still asking for help? That's messed up. I'm seriously disappointed in you. No matter what you say, I'm never getting back with you.
Wait, hold on. I can't get in touch with any of my friends.
Of course you can't. After you bailed on the wedding, I explained everything to the guests, and I'm sure they've all lost respect for you by now. They don't want anything to do with you.
Damn, this is messed up. Can you get in touch with my parents?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I can't even get through to my parents. I'm worried, so can you try reaching out to them for me?
No way. You just want them to help you, right? After everything that's happened, they're probably fed up with you too. I'm not going to get involved in your mess.
I can't believe you're saying that. If they abandon me, I won't be able to survive. Please, just contact them.
Fine, I'll tell them on your behalf. They're willing to forgive you if you pay back the wedding costs and the guests' transportation fees they covered for you.
Huh?
They're kind-hearted people. It's not even that hard to return what they've covered, and they'll forgive you once you do what's right.
But I have no money right now. Gigi made me take on her debt.
So what?
I mean, I literally have no money. There's no way I can pay back the wedding expenses anytime soon. I need to talk to my parents first.
I don't know what to say, but you need to get that money together quickly. Otherwise, no one's going to forgive you. Not your parents, not your friends, not anyone.
Wait! I'm drowning in debt here! I've already had to take loans! Help me out!
You're the kind of guy who'd do anything for love, right? Why don't you just pay off Gigi's debt for her? You clearly still care about her.
I don't love Avery anymore. She just deceived me. That woman, she even rummaged through my new car.
Oh, speaking of your new car.
Ah, damn, I've been so overwhelmed that I forgot about the loan. The payments are still there. What the hell am I supposed to do about it?
Why don't you try selling it to someone who could pay for it in one go?
No way! I'm not letting go of that car! If I sell it, I'm officially a loser!
You're already a loser, though. How does it feel to be hated by your friends, hated by your parents, and still driving around in a luxury car with so much debt?
Shut up! A man's got his pride!
A man with pride wouldn't say, "Can you contact my parents for me?"
Shut up! You're just mocking me, aren't you?
Of course I am. I'd be crazy not to mock you, you piece of trash.
You keep calling me trash? Just wait! I'll make sure I get my revenge on you!
What's your revenge going to be, huh? Do you think people are going to suddenly start feeling sorry for you because you've suffered a little?
I'll make sure to prove you wrong! I'll make it all work out no matter what!
You really think you can fix this? You're just digging yourself deeper. There's nothing left to salvage here. You've lost everything. Friends, family, and now you're even losing your own dignity.
Don't talk like you know everything about me. You think I care about that stuff right now?
Honestly, I don't care what you think. You should have thought about all of this before you got yourself into this mess. Gigi isn't the only one to blame here, Gavin. You let yourself get fooled, and now you're paying the price.
I didn't know she was like this. I was blind, okay? I thought I was helping her, but she was just using me the whole time.
And now it's too late. You've been used, and there's no one left to help you. You think your parents are going to forgive you just because you say you're sorry? No, they're done with you. Everyone is done with you.
Hey, Bella, how's it going? I'm doing just fine here. As you can see from the photo I sent earlier, life's good.
Wait, is this Gigi?
Yep, we got back together. I still have my debts, and Gigi's got a ton of alimony and damages to pay. But we're living happily together, even though things are tough.
Wait, why would you even want to get back with her?
You know, you can't fight love, even if she was the one who betrayed me. Once I love someone, it's hard to just turn that off, right?
You're still saying weird things. Well, whatever. Do whatever you want.
I told you, didn't I? I'll show you up. See? I'm doing just fine here.
So, should I just say, well, that's great, I give up?
No need to say anything. I just wanted to let you know that I'm happy. Anyway, take care. Go ahead and live alone in loneliness.
Some news.
Hey, stop it! I told you, stop contacting me. Just leave me alone.
Oh man, apparently Gigi got arrested again. A repeat offense while on probation. Looks like she's definitely heading for prison now.
What the hell? Are you just trying to provoke me?
You were the one who started it with all that talk. Live alone in loneliness. Isn't that exactly your situation?
Damn it! Fine, but Gigi, without a doubt, still loved me. Even if everything else falls apart, that's enough for me.
Oh, don't act tough now. Wasn't she the one who stole your car? How is it that the woman you supposedly love steals your car and runs off?
You even know about that?
I told you, I have a source here. I know everything.
Enough already! How much lower are you gonna make me feel?
I'm not doing anything, though. Besides, you're the one who made me feel miserable first, leaving the bride stranded at the wedding, remember?
I apologized for that back then!
No, you were just smiling like an idiot. You didn't apologize, and it's not something you can just apologize for either.
So, then what am I supposed to do? Betrayed my love, losing everything? What am I supposed to do with myself now?
Well, I don't really know, but how about you try a bingo tournament by yourself? I really appreciate it. Thanks to your network, I've been able to get a lot of help.
Well, I just did some personal research, you know. Maybe I should consider becoming a detective. It was actually pretty fun.
Why not? Go for it. After all, you've already started making those detective-like YouTube videos recently, haven't you?
Huh? How do you know about that?
You've been saying, I'm going to do all sorts of investigations, but that sounds way too vague, don't you think?
Hey, stop it! That's embarrassing! How do you even know about that? I haven't told anyone.
Well, I have my own sources of information, you see. Gavin apparently decided to go directly to his parents to apologize for everything. He was seeking some kind of redemption, perhaps hoping they would forgive him for all the wrongs he had committed over the years. However, as everyone knows, he was in no position to be forgiven. The wedding expenses that he still had not paid off were a significant factor in this. It was an amount that was not small, and it weighed heavily on everyone involved, especially his parents. Despite the fact that they might have wanted to extend some form of forgiveness, the financial burden he had caused them was far too great to overlook. How could they forgive someone who had failed to take responsibility for such an important matter? It seemed impossible, and as expected, they turned him away at the door. They did not even let him in to explain himself further. It was a cruel reality for Gavin, one that he had to face after everything he had put his family through. His actions had led to so much strain on his relationships, and this was a direct result of his failure to be accountable for his past mistakes, as I heard. Gavin had been living a life constantly pursued by debt collectors. These relentless collectors were a daily reminder of his poor financial decisions and his inability to pay off the ever-growing amount of debt that hung over his head. The pressure was immense, and the strain must have been unbearable at times. In an attempt to get by, he resorted to doing whatever he could to make some money. He ended up taking on various day labor jobs, hoping they would help him stay afloat. It wasn't a glamorous life by any means, but it was the reality he had to live with. He did not have the luxury of choosing his work. He took whatever came his way just to survive. There was no room for pride, no space for dreams. Only the immediate need to earn enough to get through another day. But despite his best efforts, it wasn't enough. The amount of debt he had accumulated was far too large to tackle with just these temporary low-paying jobs. The pressure only kept building, and Gavin's situation continued to deteriorate. His stress levels must have been unbearable, waking up each morning knowing that no matter how hard he worked, he would never be able to outrun the mistakes of his past. Eventually, the weight of his debts became too much to bear, and he resorted to increasingly desperate measures to try and resolve his financial woes. It was during this time of desperation that he made a fateful decision. He turned to car theft. I know it sounds extreme, but it seemed to be the only way he could think of to make quick cash and somehow get out of the financial hole. From what I've heard, Gavin became involved in stealing from vehicles, breaking into cars to take whatever valuables he could find. It was a risky and illegal move, one that showed just how far he had fallen. The pressure, the fear of being constantly hounded by debt collectors, and the mounting bills must have clouded his judgment. Maybe he thought he was out of options. Maybe he convinced himself that this was just temporary, that he would pay it all back one day. But as we all know, that kind of thinking only leads deeper into trouble. And trouble did find him. Actions like that don't go unnoticed. The law eventually caught up with him, and Gavin was arrested for his crimes. I heard the news, and at first, I wasn't sure what to think. On one hand, it seemed like a logical consequence of the choices he had made, but on the other hand, it was hard not to feel a little sorry for him. His life had become a series of poor decisions, one after another, and now he was paying the price. But after that arrest, I lost track of him. I don't know what happened to him after that. His name seemed to fade away from the news, and there was no further mention of him in the circles I used to hear about him from. Maybe he got out of jail and tried to start over. Maybe he got caught up in something even worse. It's hard to say if he turned things around or if he continued down the same destructive path. The uncertainty about his fate leaves a lingering question. Where did Gavin go after that, and how did he handle the consequences of his actions? At times, I can't help but wonder whether the man Gigi had been involved with will follow the same trajectory as Gavin. If you think about it, their situations are not all that different. Both men had a tendency to make reckless decisions, and both were caught in a web of their own making. Gigi's ex might eventually find himself spiraling down a similar path, one of crime and desperation. After all, it's not that hard to imagine someone who has already shown signs of poor judgment falling even further. If that's the case, it would be a sad and terrifying outcome. And if this happens, then Gigi truly is a frightening woman. She might not realize the role she plays in the lives of the men she chooses to be with, but the consequences of her relationships could be far-reaching and irreversible. If she continues down this path, drawing men like Gavin and others into her orbit, then it's easy to see how things could spiral out of control. There's a sense of foreboding that comes with the idea that the men in her life might face tragic outcomes because of their connections with her. It's a troubling thought, one that leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but all we can do is speculate on the future. As for me, I've managed to carve out a different kind of life. Unlike Gavin, I'm not bogged down by debt or poor decisions. In fact, I'm living quite a carefree life at the moment. I'm enjoying my single life, taking each day as it comes and finding happiness in the little things. There's no weight on my shoulders, no constant worry about money or obligations. My life is my own, and I'm happy with that. One of the things that has brought me joy recently is working on a fun little project with Riley. Together, we've started a sort of detective-themed channel where we attempt to solve mysteries, albeit in a rather playful way. Our main focus has been finding lost cats. It's not exactly a high-stakes operation, but it brings us joy nonetheless. Every day, we venture out, asking around and looking for missing pets. It's become a sort of daily routine for us, and while it's not exactly lucrative, it's certainly entertaining. We share our experiences and document our little adventures online. It's a bit quirky, but it keeps us busy and adds a bit of fun to our lives. The other day, we found a cat named Pumpkin. The poor thing had been missing for nearly a week, and its owner had almost given up hope. When we finally tracked it down, stuck under a neighbor's porch, the look of relief on the owner's face was enough to make the whole effort worthwhile. Little moments like that remind me why I enjoy this small, strange project. Riley and I joke that we're the worst detectives in the world because we only solve the easiest mysteries. But it doesn't matter. We enjoy it, and for now, that's enough. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Is this Robbie's wife's phone number? Huh? Robbie? Are you Melissa? I was wondering if you could help me out. I really want you to hurry up and divorce Robbie. I'm tired of waiting. What are you talking about? I don't even know who you are. I'm Robbie's girlfriend, soon to be bride. As soon as you hurry up and divorce him, we can't get married yet because you're still in the way. Robbie says that we can't get married yet because he's stuck with an old woman like you, even though he's always saying that he's already sick and tired of you because you're so old. He really loves me. So I think we deserve to be together, but because of you, we can't. Don't you feel even a little sorry for getting in our way? If you do, then I'd be really, really grateful if you would just disappear. And to be honest, I pity you for having to stay with a husband that doesn't even love you anymore. So it's really for your own sake, too. It'll be better for you and for us if you just get the divorce over and done with. Trust me. That's a rude way to introduce yourself. By Robbie, do you mean my husband Robert? He hates being called by a nickname. Yeah, but he loves it when I call him Robbie. It just shows you how differently he feels about me. Anyway, I need you to hurry up and divorce him. I want to marry Robbie as soon as possible so that I can live in your beautiful mansion. I can't live there unless I'm married to Robbie, and I can't marry him until you divorce him. So, would you get out of my way already? I've been waiting for months for Robbie to ask you for a divorce, and he's been telling me that he's been looking for the right timing, but I'm already sick of waiting. I want to live in that house as soon as possible, so can you make things easier for all of us and just leave? Pretty please? Can you tell me what your name is first? My name is Amelia. It would be great to get to know you, but unfortunately, I'm not interested. I'm only interested in your house and your husband. Why do you need to know my name? Listen, Amelia, can we talk first? I get the feeling from the way you talk that you're pretty young. Can I ask how old you are? Oh, I know because I am young. Much, much younger than you. But don't worry, I'm not a minor. I've just turned 20 this year. What? You're 20 years old? I'm young, right? You must be so jealous. Don't you think it would be amazing if I could live in a house as great as yours at this age? I wouldn't have to think about paying any loans or stuff like that. Plus, Robbie's gonna be the next CEO at his company, right? I'll never have to work a day in my life. He'll take care of me and we'll live happily ever after. I'll be living the dream like a celebrity once I marry Robbie. Do you even know how old Robbie is? Are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life with a man that could be your father? Of course I know how old he is. He's 43, right? He's a little older, but that's no problem. I'm going to be able to live easy for the rest of my life. It's so worth it. I want to brag to all my friends about it, so could you chop with the divorce? Oh, it's just one shock after another. Oh, I can't believe he was actually cheating on me. But it's hilarious that you assume that it's gonna go that well. What are you talking about? What's so hilarious? Don't worry. You'll find out later. But I'm warning you. You're going to regret marrying him. I feel bad for you. You've been tricked by a man twice your age. You're still so young. I'm sure you could find someone much better for you, you know? Trust me, it might be better for you to give up on Robbie before it's too late. Before you end up biting off more than you can chew. Thank you, but I'm really mature for my age, so I think I can handle your husband pretty well. And I know what I want. I want to hurry up and get married so that I don't have to work. You get me on that point, right? That's the main reason why anyone gets married, really. No. I think there are a lot of other more important reasons, like love. But why should I care about why you want to marry Robbie? More importantly, you should think this through a bit more carefully. This is your life we're talking about. How about your parents? What do they think about this? Have you told them that you're planning on marrying a man that you've been having an affair with? Oh my god! You are so much more annoying than Robbie told me! Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you can treat me like a child, you know? Who cares about what my parents think? This is my life. I'll do whatever I want and get whatever I want, no matter what it takes. So I'm telling you nicely. Will you please get out of my future husband's house, you boring old woman? It's simple, really. You just have to get some divorce papers and sign on the dotted line. So, would you hurry it up, or do you need someone to help you down the stairs? All right, I'll think about the divorce. After finding out that he's been cheating on me and saying all these things behind my back, I don't feel like I can live with him anymore anyway. But in order to get the divorce over and done with quickly, I'll need your cooperation for some things. If you really want to marry him as soon as possible, I suggest you help me out. What? It sounds like a pain, but fine. What do you want me to do? Can you send me all the things I list in the message below? Did you forget that it's my birthday today? I asked you this morning if you could come home earlier, and you said you would, remember? Where are you? I told you that I had some things I wanted to tell you over dinner. I get that you had to work overtime a lot these last few months, but can't you at least make it home for my birthday?
No, it was your birthday? I completely forgot. To be honest, I don't even care anymore. I don't have anything to say to you. But I do have a surprise for you. It's a present for your 45th birthday.
What? Really? I told you you didn't have to get me anything. I thought I made it clear that I didn't want anything from you.
That's really no problem. It didn't cost me anything. You'll really be surprised when you hear what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction. For your birthday, I'm going to be giving you back your maiden name.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've already filed the divorce papers and we're officially divorced. In other words, your present is your maiden name. Now, this may be really sudden, but I'm planning on getting remarried to this girl that I've fallen in love with. She's much younger and prettier than you, so I'm going to be a very happy man. I don't need you anymore, so I'm changing you out for a newer model. Which means that you'll have to leave my house. You're in the way of me and my new wife's happy life, so get out.
Seriously? You've already given in the divorce papers on my birthday? I have to praise you for how bold you are. I can't believe you'd actually file the papers without telling me.
What's so hard to believe? You can't think that you actually stand any chance of winning against a younger, better-looking girl. Of course I'd want to leave you after you got this old. I can't even see you as a woman anymore. You look nothing like you used to. Now you're 45 years old. You don't even count as a woman. You don't have any right to call yourself a woman anymore. Women are only women if they're young and beautiful.
Did you know? Humans all age. There is no such thing as eternal youth. People can try and avoid looking older for as long as possible using all sorts of makeup and things nowadays, but you have to embrace the age you've become. I hear that the woman you're planning to marry is still 20, but in 20 years, she'll be 42. She's going to age as well, and I don't even know what she looks like now, but she's not going to look the same, that's for sure. Do you understand that? What are you going to do then? Find another woman that's half your age? But I wonder if any woman that young with any self-respect will want a 60-year-old grandpa that thinks like you do.
Huh? Why do you know how old she is? How do you know about her? This is the first time I've mentioned her to you.
Do you realize you're currently 43 years old? You're already an old man yourself. Aren't you embarrassed to have laid hands on a girl that could be your daughter and tricked her into marrying you?
I haven't tricked her into anything. We're in love, and age doesn't matter when it comes to love. But it was clearly a mistake for me having to marry an older woman like you. Over the years, you've lost all the youth and beauty that you used to have. Such a shame. I used to think that older women were great, but looking back, I was an idiot. There's nothing good about them at all. No matter how you look at it, younger women are much, much better. In every single way.
You're going to regret this if you think that choosing women based on their age and looks is a good idea. If you choose someone for their looks, you'll find out soon enough that they've only chosen you for something equally superficial as well. But it's not like that matters to me at all. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. You'll have to learn your lesson the hard way. I was shocked to hear that you'd filed the divorce papers without telling me, but I guess it doesn't make any difference when and how they're filed. It's not like I wanted us to stay together anyway. But now that it's been made final, you can't come begging me for help when something happens. You'll have to deal with everything by yourself.
Why would I have any problems? I'm going to marry a woman that's 20 years old. Things are going to be much better from now on. I can't take living with an old woman like you anymore. Would you hurry up and just get out? You can go live in a care home for the elderly or something.
You're kicking me out? Really? You can look down on me all you want, but I'm warning you. Things aren't going to work out the way you're expecting them to. Haven't you realized that you're misunderstood about something very important?
What are you talking about? I'm not misunderstood about anything. We're divorced, so I'm taking my home for me and my new wife. If you're at home, then you should just hurry up and get all your things before I get home, or I'll have to throw it all in the trash. Are you trying to buy our time so you can convince me to take you back? Because I'm afraid that is not happening. I'm looking forward to my new life. There's no way I'd want someone like you. You're just gonna embarrass yourself if you start begging, so I guess that you should just give up and accept reality. You lost, now get out!
You're the one that's embarrassing himself. Do you know who this house belongs to? I'm surprised you didn't think about that before you promised your girlfriend that you'd be living here together.
Alright, I understand that this is all really sudden for you, and you're having a hard time accepting that this is happening. You don't want to let go of me because you still love me, but there's no point in trying to get me back. I've already thought all of this through. Personally, I think I'm a genius for coming up with this plan. With the snap of my fingers, you've become the divorced old woman that lost everything she had to a younger woman. And I'm going to be taking everything from you. I'll be living in a mansion with my new young wife, and before long I'll take over as CEO of my company. I have that life that everyone dreams of, but only a few can actually fulfill. Life really is strange, don't you think? To think that it can change so much in just a few hours.
Why are you getting all philosophical? You're not going to get any of that. If anyone's life is going to change for the worse, it's yours.
No, don't be like that, Melissa. I'm sorry that I turned your 45th birthday into the day that you got divorced, but it's really not my fault. That's just how life works. You have to understand anyone would choose a younger woman over a 45-year-old hag if they had the chance. So for the last time, will you please get out of my house?
Fine. If that's what you want, I wish you all the happiness with your new wife.
Finally, I was wondering when you'd give in and accept that you're just not good enough.
I'm glad you seem so delighted, but things aren't going to work out that easily. To be honest, I'm extremely happy that things have worked out in my favor.
I don't understand. Why are you so happy? How is any of this in your favor? You're not working and you don't have any savings of your own. How are you going to make it without me? You've lost everything. You should be a little more worried about what you're gonna do from now on. Or are you still just so shocked that you don't even know what to do? Not like it matters to me. I don't have to bother myself with an old woman like you anymore. I'm gonna go and live a happy life from now on with my beloved new wife.
Yes, I hope you are very happy together, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. Though, I wonder if she'll be happy to promise that.
Why do you have to say it like that? If you have something to say, then why don't you just come out and say it? There's no need to be sarcastic.
Well, I already asked you earlier, but let me ask you again. Do you know whose name this house is under?
What do you mean?
You seem really excited about being able to divorce me and spend your new marriage living in this house. But do you even know who this house belongs to? You don't, so let me make it easier for you to understand. This house is under my name. So, would you please hurry up and remove your things before I throw them out in the trash?
Hey, wait a minute, your house? What are you talking about? Are you delusional or something? There's no way it could be your house. You don't even have a job. How could you be the owner of this house? It's impossible. Don't you understand something as simple as that? You really must be desperate to do anything to keep a hold of the house since you don't even get work. Well, I've got bad news for you. It's not yours, so get out. Do you understand? Get out!
You can insult me all you like, but it's the truth. It's my house. You're not being serious, are you? I won't let you say that you didn't know that it wasn't my property. Don't you remember just how much you actually owe me and my family? You do know who bought this house, don't you?
Oh crap, I just remembered. It was your dad.
Exactly. You didn't even try to keep up with the monthly payments to my dad, making excuses about how things were tight with money, and I believed you too. But now I know about your girlfriend and all the things you were up to behind my back. I know now that was a lie too. You just weren't bothered to pay my dad back and have been practically living in this lovely house for free. This property was bought for us by my dad. In other words, we're only living here because my dad allowed us to stay in this house. He was kind enough to give you leeway and time to pay him back, but you literally cheated your way out of it. Well, since I'm his daughter, the contract states that the property is in my name, so it's my right to tell you to get out.
Yeah, that may be true, but you don't need this house, do you? Especially not a house this big. It's a waste for you to live here by yourself, and I doubt you'll find anyone who will want to marry an old woman like you, so you really will be living here by yourself until you die. You should give it to me, since I'll be living here with my new wife. We'll put it to good use. I have a right to it too. I've been living here for over 10 years. You should just give it to me.
No, I refuse to let you take my house from me. I'm keeping it.
Why won't you let me have it? I won't ask for anything else. You can think of it as a settlement, yeah.
Why should I have to give it up to you? I have no obligation to give you anything. You're the one that was cheating on me and filed the divorce papers without warning me. You're the one that owes me compensation and should be settling alimony payments. Trust me when I say that I will be taking this to court to make sure I get everything I deserve after all the years I've supported you. I am not at fault at all in this situation, so why should I give you my house after everything you've taken from me? You must be stupid if you think that you're owed anything. Go ahead and ask anyone you know if I'm the one that's being difficult. I'm pretty sure that they'll all agree with me that you're the one that should be handing over anything and everything you have.
So what, you're seriously going to kick me out of the house?
I'm certainly not gonna let you live here with me anymore. That girlfriend of yours seemed to be more interested in the house and the lifestyle you were promising her rather than you yourself. So I'm looking forward to what will happen when she finds out that you won't be living here after you get married. But I imagine that you won't even have the chance to get your tux on before she runs away. The second you tell her that this house doesn't belong to you, she'll lose all interest and go hunting for her next prey. Too bad for you. I really do pity you.
What did you just say? There's no way that'll happen. In that case, I don't even need the house. Even if we can't live in this mansion, Amelia and I still love each other. We'll be happy no matter where we live. She loves me for who I am, not for what I can give her. Besides, I have money, so I can always just buy another house if that's what Amelia wants. I'll get her a better house, and have an interior designer set up the house exactly the way that she wants it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make her happier than giving her a house that's already been lived in by an old woman like you.
Is that so? All right, do your best. I hope everything goes the way you imagine it will, though I highly doubt it.
I don't need you to cheer me on. I can easily make Amelia happy.
Really? Even if you don't have a job? Do you really think you can buy a house without a stable income?
What? What are you talking about? I already have a job, I don't have to worry about my salary.
Oh, you do right now. But I imagine that it'll be hard for a 43-year-old man to find a new job in a completely different profession to the one you've been working in up until now.
I wonder if you really will be able to get enough income to buy something as expensive and high maintenance as a house. I think that's a bit worrying.
What are you on about? Why would I have to get a new job? I don't plan on resigning from my current position. I'm going to be the next CEO. Why would I resign and give up such a great chance to be at the top of my company?
It looks like you've conveniently forgotten that you got that job in the company thanks to me introducing you to my dad. He managed to get you a position because he owned the company. It wasn't because you passed the interview on your own merit, you know.
What? So what? Well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose the job I have now.
No, it means there's no reason to keep you on. You're going to get fired. So how do you plan on buying a house?
What are you talking about? Of course they can't fire me. They need me. They need someone to take over the business. Your dad's already retired and they don't have any other candidates. So I'm going to become the next CEO. Why would they risk running the business ashore just by getting rid of the person who's supposed to be in charge next?
You got this job thanks to your connections. Nothing will change that. Even after he retired, he got you that job. He can still remove you from that position. He was one of the founding members of the company, so he still has more than enough power and influence over the decisions made in the company. It'll be easy for him to get rid of an employee that will, if anything, be the cause of ruining the company's reputation if it's found out that you were having an affair. I've already notified him of everything, including the fact that you were cheating on me, and he's not pleased at all.
You didn't? You told him?
It looks like you're gonna get fired after all, so I suggest you refrain from doing anything irresponsible like buying a house when you don't have enough money to do so.
Stop messing around, Melissa. Am I really going to get fired? They can't actually do that, can they? What's going to happen to me? Your dad can't still have that much influence. It's already been years since he's retired, and the current board wouldn't get rid of me that easily. It was decided when I started working at that company that I would be employed to one day become the CEO when I was ready. They can't just take that away from me.
That was only because you were my husband and happened to have experience in this field of work. But even if you don't become CEO, my little brother's waiting in the wings to take over. And think about it. Why do you think you still haven't become the CEO after all these years of working for the company? It's because they haven't yet decided that you're ready to take over. I guess you got lazy once you thought that you would one day automatically become CEO and haven't been putting any effort into your work. As for me, I've been helping out with managing the real estate my dad's been purchasing, so I actually do have my own income. I've been doing what I can to help the family business in my own way. But you're the only one who hasn't been pulling his own weight, and you have the gall to think that this company needs you? Don't make me laugh. My brother's experience in this profession is much less than yours, but he's showing a lot more promise. I'm sure he'll make a great CEO.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that's going to become CEO, not your incompetent little brother. You seriously can't be telling me that I'm going to be kicked out of my own home and my company. Is this all your revenge because I filed the divorce papers without telling you? Because this is going too far. Did you forget that I've been taking care of you this entire time that we've been together? But this is how you repay me? Don't you understand the concept of separating on good terms? Because you've completely wrecked it.
I've been thinking about divorce since before you brought it up to me a few days ago. I know the reason why now, but I had been bothered by how distant you'd been these last few months. I had a feeling that we wouldn't last for any longer, and I wanted us to part as friends. That was until your girlfriend messaged me.
What? Amelia contacted you? When?
The evening you told me you wanted a divorce. It seems she hadn't heard from you that you had already given me the divorce papers and started insisting that I hurry up and let you go. Apparently, she had taken a look at your contacts and took my phone number down when you weren't looking. I had accepted internally that the divorce was because we had grown apart over the years, so I was shocked when I had found that you had been cheating on me, and with a 20-year-old. If I didn't know about Amelia, maybe I would have been much more willing to end this marriage on good terms. But not anymore. I'm going to take what I can from this divorce, because all you've done is take advantage of my dad and I, and then humiliated me by choosing some gold digger over me. There's no going back now.
What do you mean there's no going back?
I mean, you've already filed the divorce papers, so the battle has already begun. And thanks to Amelia's cooperation, I have proof of your affair.
What? You have proof? What did she send you?
Photographs of the two of you together. Definitive evidence of your relationship, which will come in handy when we go to court. She even sent me screenshots of your disgusting conversations online. I don't know if it's because she wanted to prove how much more you love her than you love me, but she sent me everything I asked her for. Strangely, it makes it difficult for me to actually hate her. I just pity how stupidly naive she is. That must be why it was so easy for you to deceive her into thinking that you could give her everything. It's a shame that she is going to waste her precious 20s with a piece of crap like you. She should run away as fast as she possibly can. I did warn her, but all she would talk about was the house and all the brand items she was going to get you to buy her. It was very obvious that the material wealth she'd gained was all she was thinking about.
You're lying. Amelia loves me. You're just jealous because I found true love. You don't even understand that what we have together is real.
Grow up, Robert. Take a good look at reality. She's only with you because she thinks that you're going to be living in this house and believes that you're going to be CEO. Anyway, I've already warned you, so what you do with that information is up to you. I'll give you your divorce, but I'm going to take what I can in compensation and alimony. I've already hired a lawyer and shown them the proof that I got from Amelia. They say it looks very promising and assure me that we'll have a winning chance in court. That's actually what I wanted to talk about today. But you still haven't come home, so it's fine. You don't have to come back.
Really? I didn't know that. I would have come home sooner if I knew that you wanted to talk about the divorce.
Well, I didn't expect you to file the divorce papers without telling me. But to be honest, it probably worked out better this way. If you had realized what would happen to the house and your job before you filed them, you probably would have made a fuss and refused to go through with it. You actually saved me a lot of trouble for once. Oh, before I forget, I should probably warn you that if you're thinking about getting a job in the same profession, it's not gonna work. You'll have to start over in a completely different field.
What? You're not even going to give me a chance to find another job?
Thanks to my dad, it'll be impossible for you to pass any interview at any business that has connection to my dad's company.
You can't be serious. You're already taking everything from me in the divorce, and now you're going to ruin my prospects of getting a job? I've been working in this profession for over 15 years, since before I married you. And I spent the last few years working in your dad's company because they needed me. What am I supposed to do from now on?
How should I know? Maybe you should have worked a little harder even after you were promised the position of CEO. And maybe if you weren't so irresponsible with your payments to my dad, and if you hadn't cheated on me, none of this would have ever happened. You're just going to have to start from square one and find a job in a completely different field. Good luck.
Good luck? Don't talk to me as though this has nothing to do with you. This is all your fault. You're the reason why my life is falling apart right now. You can change everything if you just tell my dad to give me my job back.
My fault? Do you really believe that? If you do, then it just shows that there's no hope for you. It's all your own responsibility. Even if I didn't find out about you cheating on me, your passive attitude towards work was reason enough for my dad to want you out of his company. But it is true that the affair was the final straw. My dad would have never let you get away with cheating on me. In the end, it was because you couldn't control your girlfriend and stop her from bragging to me. If you really wanted us to divorce on good terms, you should have kept her on a short leash. Or rather, you should have kept yourself on a short leash and not cheated on me in the first place, you dumbass. I don't even want to look at your face, so don't come back here. If you want your stuff, I'll have it all sent to your girlfriend's place. Don't ever show up here again. If you want something, go through my lawyer.
Wait, Melissa, please! Are you really being serious? You're just saying all this to scare me, right? I learned my lesson. I was wrong, it was completely my fault. I'll never do anything to betray you ever again, so please don't kick me out. I still love you after all. The thing I had with Amelia was just a fling. I mean, come on, I was never actually in love with her. Of course I'd never be able to love anyone other than you. Please!
I thought that you said you'd found true love. It's funny how quickly you changed your mind. But too bad. I'm not interested in getting back together just so you can take advantage of me and my dad again. I won't ask you to pay for the house. So please pay up in compensation. I hope you enjoy the rest of your life with your young, pretty little girlfriend. Though I doubt a girl like her will stick around for much longer if you're an old, homeless, and unemployed. After speaking to her father about her husband's affair, and informing him that Robert had forgotten about how he owed them for his job in his home, Melissa's father had Robert removed from his company, and made it known to his associates that he didn't recommend Robert for employment. That made it difficult for Robert to find any jobs in the same profession, and he had nowhere to turn after Melissa changed the locks on their front door. He would really have to start from square one in a field that he was unfamiliar with, and it would probably be a while before he would be earning enough to buy his own house, let alone a house that would please Amelia. Amelia herself was still living at her parents' house, so she was furious when all his stuff was sent to her address. When she found out that she wouldn't be able to move out of her parents and live in a mansion, her lovey-dovey attitude towards Robert changed by 180 degrees, and she began to call him a dirty old man and told him to never call her again. Just like Melissa had anticipated, Robert was thrown away by Amelia in a matter of days, and he really was left with nothing. It seems that the true love he was talking about wasn't so true after all. In the end, he couldn't find another job, and when he went to ask his parents for help, they refused to help him, telling him that he had humiliated them by behaving so selfishly. He couldn't even ask them if he could stay with them, and really did end up becoming homeless. Apparently he's in despair after losing his home, wife, girlfriend, and his job, but he's only got himself to blame, since none of this would have ever happened if he had treated his wife with the respect she was due. Everything that happened to him was pure karma, so let's hope that he can reflect on his actions and do better in the future.